In the realm of family law, where personal bonds intersect with legal complexities, the recent case of Imran versus Kusar stands as a significant precedent, illuminating the contours of maintenance obligations within the framework of Islamic jurisprudence. This case, encapsulated in writ petition number 62571 of 2024, witnessed Muhammad Imran, the petitioner, challenging an appellate court's decision concerning the maintenance of his adult children. Imran's appeal brought to the forefront a contentious issue, the extent of a father's financial responsibility towards his adult offspring, particularly in the context of their educational pursuits. The case unfolded against the backdrop of a strained familial relationship, where Imran found himself at odds with his former spouse over the financial support of their children, who had transitioned into adulthood. This legal battle transcended the boundaries of a mere monetary dispute. It delved into the very heart of familial obligations, prompting a thorough examination of Islamic legal principles and their application in contemporary society. Central to this case were two pivotal legal issues: the applicability of Order 1 Rule 10 of the Code of Civil Procedure and the interpretation of maintenance obligations under Islamic law. Order 1 Rule 10 CPC empowers courts to add or substitute parties to a lawsuit. Imran argued his children should be included as parties to the litigation. The second issue revolved around maintenance obligations in Islamic law. Hanafi jurisprudence mandates a father to support his children. The crux was determining this obligation for adult children in higher education. Imran's petition wronged argument. First, he asserted that his children, being directly impacted by the outcome of the maintenance dispute, should be recognized as parties to the case. This, he argued, aligned with the principles of natural justice enshrined in Order 1 Rule 10 CPC, ensuring that all individuals whose interests were at stake had a voice in the proceedings. Second, Imran contended that his obligation to provide maintenance for his adult children, particularly for their educational expenses, absolute and should be subject to certain limitations. He argued that Islamic law, while mandating parental support, also emphasized the importance of self-reliance and independence upon reaching. He further contended that his children, having attained the legal age of majority, should be encouraged to explore avenues of self-sustenance, including part-time employment or scholarships, rather than solely relying on financial support for their educational pursuits. Kusar, on the other hand, vehemently opposed Imran's stance, arguing that his interpretation of Islamic law concerning maintenance was unduly restrictive and failed to consider the prevailing societal circumstances. She contended that the pursuit of higher education, often a prerequisite for securing gainful employment in today's competitive job market, should be considered an integral aspect of a child's upbringing and well-being, warranting continued parental support. Kusar emphasized the evolving nature of societal norms and economic realities, arguing that the traditional understanding of adulthood and financial independence needed to be viewed through a contemporary lens. She argued that denying adult children financial assistance for their education, particularly when the parent had the means to provide, would be detrimental to their future prospects and could perpetuate a cycle of economic hardship. Kusar's arguments resonated with the court, prompting a nuanced examination of Islamic legal principles in light of modern-day realities. Section 5. Navigating the Labyrinth. The court's deliberation. The court, faced with these compelling arguments, embarked on a meticulous examination of the legal issues at hand. the judges meticulously reviewed the relevant provisions of Order 1 Rule 10 CPC and delved into the intricacies of Islamic family law, particularly as it pertained to the scope of maintenance obligations. The court acknowledged the evolving nature of societal norms and the increasing importance of higher education in contemporary society. They recognized that denying children access to education due to financial constraints could have long-term repercussions, impacting their future earning potential and overall well-being. This realization prompted the court to adopt a more nuanced interpretation of Islamic legal principles, aligning them with the realities of modern life. Section 6. The verdict, redefining the boundaries of paternal duty. In a landmark judgment, the court ruled in favor of Qusar. The court, while acknowledging the importance of self-reliance, emphasized that Islamic law did not impose an arbitrary cutoff point for parental financial support upon a child reaching adulthood. Instead, the court held that the duration and scope of maintenance should be determined based on factors such as the child's needs, the parent's financial capacity, and prevailing societal norms. The court in its ruling drew upon the wisdom enshrined in Islamic legal texts, particularly Para 370 of D.F. Muller's Principles of Muhammadan Law, which stressed the importance of considering the needs of the child and the financial capacity of the father when determining maintenance. The court also cited the landmark Supreme Court ruling in Humayun Hassan versus Arslan Humayun, which upheld the right of adult children to receive financial support from their parents for their education. Section 7. Enduring Principles. Extracting the essence of the judgment, the Imran versus Qusar judgment yielded several key legal principles with far-reaching implications for family law in the context of Islamic jurisprudence. Firstly, the court affirmed that the obligation to provide maintenance for adult children, particularly for their education, is not extinguished merely by the attainment of the age of majority. Instead, it is a multifaceted obligation contingent upon the child's needs, the parent's financial capacity, and the prevailing societal norms. Secondly, the judgment underscored the evolving nature of Islamic law, demonstrating its capacity to adapt to changing societal realities. The court, in its interpretation of maintenance obligations, recognized that the pursuit of higher education, often a prerequisite for economic self-sufficiency in today's world, should be considered an integral aspect of a child's upbringing. This progressive interpretation reflects the dynamic nature of Islamic law, capable of addressing contemporary challenges while remaining rooted in its fundamental principles. Section 8. A New Dawn. The judgment's impact on family law. The Imran versus Qusar case stands as a testament to the judiciary's role in interpreting and applying legal principles within the framework of evolving societal norms. This judgment has set a significant precedent, potentially influencing future rulings on similar matters concerning maintenance obligations, particularly in cases involving the educational expenses of adult children. The judgment's emphasis on education as a fundamental need serves as a beacon of hope for many young adults seeking to improve their lives through higher education. It underscores the importance of parental support in enabling their children to achieve their full potential and contribute meaningfully to society. This landmark ruling has undoubtedly left an indelible mark on the legal landscape, paving the way for a more just and equitable future for families navigating the intricacies of maintenance obligations. Section 9. Conclusion towards a more just and equitable future. The Imran versus Qusar case stands as a powerful testament to the judiciary's commitment to justice and equity in family law. This landmark judgment, rooted in Islamic legal principles, embraces modern realities and offers hope for families. By recognizing education's importance and financial burdens, the court strives towards a just and equitable future. This judgment reminds us that the law adapts to society's changing needs. Principles like fairness, compassion, and well-being remain essential, especially for the vulnerable.